Voyager 1 was sent into orbit by NASA 45 years ago, and despite the fact that it was only designed to last for 5 years, it is still exploring uncharted regions of the universe. But now, this renowned spacecraft is sending back data that has many of NASA's finest scientists scratching their heads. NASA scientists may even have evidence that the spacecraft is under the control of aliens. What do they think of that? Keep watching. In today's video, we'll examine some of the peculiar information that the Voyager 1 spacecraft has been sending back. Let's start right now. NASA's Voyager 2 spacecraft was launched in August 1977 to explore Jupiter and Saturn before continuing on to Uranus and Neptune, marking the beginning of the Voyager program. The sister spacecraft Voyager 1 was launched just a few days after Voyager 2. Launching these two virtually identical spaceships at the precise moment was crucial to the success of the mission. Each spacecraft weighed about as much as a compact car. In 1977, NASA spotted a rare window of opportunity when all of the other planets of interest were in the optimal position for rapid exploration. During this time, ships could travel between planets with little course corrections. NASA, however, imposed a 16-day pause so that their paths would be slightly different from one another. Consequently, even though Voyager 1 was launched later, it passed its twin in December of 1977. Since its launch, Voyager 1 has become one of NASA's most essential tools for exploring the cosmos and learning about its fascinating mysteries. In 1978, when it was about 265 million kilometers from Earth, Voyager 1 began relaying photographs of Jupiter back to Earth. The spacecraft spent almost 100 hours, capturing over 4,000 photos of Jupiter, allowing us to generate the first time-lapse of the gas giant's rotation. Just 1 month later, it became the first spacecraft to spot Jupiter's ring and discovered 2 new moons. Its next journey was to Saturn, where it had to slightly alter its trajectory to avoid crashing with Titan, the largest moon of Saturn. During its orbit of Saturn, Voyager 1 transmitted back countless photos of the ringed planet and discovered 4 of its moons. After this, NASA chose to halt the Voyager 1 mission and send the spacecraft on its way to the edge of the solar system, while Voyager 2 continued its race to the ice giants, Uranus and Neptune. At a distance of nearly 6 billion kilometers from the Sun, the Voyager interstellar mission began in 1990 with the first-ever solar system family portrait. Voyager 1 returned breathtaking photos of several distinct planets. Once the spacecraft had shot over 67,000 pictures, NASA decided to save power by turning off the cameras on board Voyager 1. In 1998, at a distance of 10.3 billion kilometers from the Sun, the spacecraft flew by the Pioneer 10 spacecraft, which had been launched by NASA in 1972. Since then, Voyager 1 has surpassed Pioneer 10 as the farthest man-made object from Earth, and it has proceeded to increase its lead by a significant margin as it travels deeper into interstellar space. Despite its cameras being turned off, NASA still has plenty of instruments to communicate with the spacecraft. In 2012, Voyager 1 left our solar system and entered interstellar space, yet NASA didn't announce the achievement until 2013. Now receding from the Sun at a rate of 61,197 kilometers per hour, it will not depart the solar system until 2018. By that year, Voyager 1 had already traveled almost 14.5 billion kilometers from the Sun. It continued relaying valuable information about the solar system and beyond. Now, Voyager 1 seems to have lost part of its coordination and is sending unusual signals back to NASA, most of which cannot even be understood by some of the greatest scientists in the world. The spacecraft itself appears to have lost track of its whereabouts. However, it is still capable of sending a specific alarm to NASA if it ever becomes lost in space. Despite these unclear signals, Voyager 1's antenna appears to be in fine shape, and the spacecraft maintains regular contact with NASA. Yet, NASA is becoming increasingly skeptical of the antenna's reports. Voyager 1 can still receive commands from Earth and carry them out in deep space. Considering that the spacecraft was conceived in the 1970s, its performance is indicative of NASA's technological prowess. However, NASA maintains that Voyager 1 signals are not entirely indicative of what's happening within the craft. On board the spacecraft is a gold-plated disc containing crucial audio and visual messages for extraterrestrial intelligence, should it ever encounter any. The disc includes over 35 Earth-specific sounds, photos of everyday life, an hour of Western pop music and greeting messages from multiple former U.S. presidents, translated into 55 languages. As of 2022, NASA scientists have debunked speculation that aliens are operating the spacecraft. Voyager 1 has many built-in safety protocols that would activate in case of a threat, yet none have been triggered. Despite its peculiar signals, The spacecraft's antenna remains aimed at Earth, adding to the intrigue surrounding its transmissions. In the past, even during similar states, Voyager 1 has never transmitted such mysterious messages. This raises questions about what could be causing these anomalies. Voyager 1, now 45 years old, has traveled a total of 23.6 billion kilometers, making communication increasingly difficult. Sending a message from NASA's ground station to the spacecraft takes an average of 2 days. This delay complicates communication and increases the risk of mishaps. NASA remains confident in resolving Voyager 1's current issues. The spacecraft continues to relay valuable data about space to Earth, but the challenges of maintaining contact with such a distant object are growing. Voyager 1's resilience in a hostile environment is remarkable, yet its mission's end is inevitable. How much longer do you anticipate Voyager 1's transmissions to continue? What do you make of the eerie transmissions? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more thrilling space news. For another space adventure, click on the video on your screen. See you there.